For everybody that are new, you might want to have a pillow or a blanket or something nearby in case you need some propping up to make it more comfortable for you. It's important that nothing is hurting, that you go no further than to your edge, never beyond your edge. Really respect your body at where it is right now today, and go slow and ease into everything. And we're taking our time. This is not a vigorous kind of yoga. It really is about being present in the body and keep breathing. So, having that said, let's start with just giving ourselves a minute to tune in. So, if you find a nice sitting position on the floor, close your eyes and find your breath. And once in a while, we do some kind of breathing exercise. And there's one kind of breath I have not talked about before, and I would like to mention it today. It's a very common and much used breath. It's called Ujjayi breath, and it's usually done during the asanas, sometimes in rhythm with a flow of movements, but you can use the breath even when you do a long hold in a pose. And the Ujjayi breath is like the ocean breath. It sounds like waves crashing. So to get hold of it, unless you already know it, we might just need to try it out for a little bit. So inhale through your nose normally, and exhale, making the sound like the waves crashing onto the beach. Or like you would say, if you in German, there's the sound at the back of your throat. Might not help a lot of you unless you speak German. But you want to make it sort of like a guttural exhalation, and start by exhaling through your mouth like that. A few times. Now keep that contraction at the back of your throat. Close your mouth and breathe in and make a similar noise. And breathe out with your mouth shut. So it's a very audible kind of breath. Like someone is fast asleep and they're just about to start snoring. You might hear this very heavy kind of sound on the in-breath. And a similar sound on the out-breath. So try that a few times. If you want to check yourself whether you are making sound, you can just close your ears for a second and breathe, and it will be a lot of noise inside your head. And this noise is not there during a normal breath. Okay. So during today's animal yoga, let's see if we can get that breathing in as well. Okay, so let's start by rubbing our hands. Put your thumbs onto your sternum. Look into your heart. Acknowledge a warm heart, respect and gratitude, and oneness with all people. So let's get started. To go easy into things, let's come onto our hands and knees and do cat-cow. Shoulders over hands, hips over knees. Inhale and make a little sway back. Push your chest to the front and exhale. Pull the tail in, roll up, vertebra by vertebra, and push your back up. So I think there is no need for explanation for the cat and cow. Just close your eyes and go into feeling the wave that's moving through your spine as you start from the tailbone each and every time, whether you do the cat or the cow. And this is a nice place to get that breathing tried a little bit, since the movement is very much similar to a wave. A few more times. Good. Come back to neutral. We're going to do a few of the dog poses. There are quite a few of them, and we'll actually just start with a downward facing dog. So put your hands a couple of inches forward, spread your fingers, index finger pointing forward, tuck your toes, push through your arms into your palms and lift your hips. Let them float to the sky. Keep your legs bent and make that armpit open and side body long, long. Not going to care so much about the legs at this point. If you like, you can sort of walk the dog by moving your heels towards the floor in a walking motion just to warm up. Most important thing is to really get that side body long and give your neck a lot of space. Pull the tummy in a little bit. And there we go. Come back out to a plank and let your knees drop. On here, we're going to do the puppy pose. And so you're on your knees, your hands in front, and you might want to step your knees back a little bit, hips over knees, and sink your chest in down between your arms. So this is like the playful puppy. This is a heart opener. And if your armpits are very open and you don't find the stretch here, you might just want to put your hands a little bit higher on a surface higher than the floor and do the same thing. Keep breathing. Good. Now push yourself to lay on your tummy. Come down on your elbows to start with. And from here, we want to do the upward facing dog. So place the hands at the level of your armpits Then push yourself up, and you want to move your hips forward, push your the top of the feet down, and straighten your legs and keep them straight. So there's tension in your legs. You're pushing firmly down, and don't let those shoulders hike up, but push down. Really work with your shoulder blades. Lift that chest forward and open your throat. This is opening up greater parts of the front body. At any time you feel tired or it's uncomfortable in any way, you just ease up, rest, and come back later. Okay, come down on your knees and back into the puppy pose. Hips over knees, arms stretched forward, heart melting towards the floor. Nice. And from here, just tuck those toes under and we'll push up in downward facing dog again. All right, so put that tail high up in the air. You can be on your toes if you like. Bend your knees if you feel more comfortable. You really want that length in your back. Now, if this is a known position for you, you just go ahead and find your sweet spot in this pose. 2 breaths. And come back down on your knees. So let's stand on our knees and attempt a camel pose. This is quite a hard pose, can be for your lower back. So if you have any troubles with your lower back, you might just want to be careful. But it's also a very good opener for the front body. So either you grab your arms or your elbows behind your back and give yourself like a nice support, or you put your hands on the sacrum, either way. Then lift up through your body, pull the tummy in and lift yourself really tall. And then gently lean back, just with the body pretty straight. And at the end, lift the heart to the sky. And come back. If this is your edge, you stay there. If you want to go further, you can put those toes under, lean back again, and drop your arms towards the heels while you push the hips forward. And come back. You can come sit, rest that low back for a little bit. And we'll do it one more time. You go to your edge. So come back up on your knees. Take your hand position, supporting yourself. You might want to also contract your glutes a little bit here to protect the back. You lean back to your edge. and come back. Oh, very nice. Let's do a little child's pose just to absorb this intense back bend. Let the breath fill your low back. Okay, nice. So stay seated on your heels in diamond pose. If this is uncomfortable, put something underneath your thighs, between your thighs and your calves. Then fold your hands and behind your back, you're gonna do a rabbit. You inhale, push those arms back to open your chest. Move forward and dip your head. Now your tush will come up. Dip your head onto the floor and lift the arms. This is the rabbit hiding. Come back to your seat. Rest for a second. And we're gonna do one more repetition. So hands folded, push back behind your back, and lean forward to dip your head onto the floor. Lift the ears high up, which is your arms. Keep breathing while you're opening through your front shoulder area. And come back up. So let's come to a seated position. Put your feet together and pull them up as far as they will go in towards the groin. Grab hold of your toes and flap your wings because you're a butterfly. There we go. From here, we're going to do a baby turtle. So just push your feet in front of you. Then take one arm underneath the leg, the other just the same. Fold your hands or put them on top of your feet. You might not be able to come this far. You hold on wherever you can on your lower leg in that case. If you're down by your feet, again, pull the tummy in, lift up through your spine to make it really long, and then move forward. Let gravity take you down. Slowly heads towards the feet. No need to push or pull, just let the tissue open. Use the breath. And you'll notice that by breathing this deep Ujjayi breath, the body is more prone to letting go. Okay, let's untangle the little baby turtle. We'll save the big turtle for another day. Let's look at the birds. So we'll start with the swan. You're going to come up on your hands and knees again and pull one leg in between your hands. Stretch the other leg back behind you and sit down, sort of straight down. Either you are, you have your bent leg, the foot of the bent leg underneath you, or it'll come out to the side, and that will be the inside, okay? So lift up through your hips, and then wrap those swan arms down and over as you rest your neck to your knee or the floor. If this is a very uncomfortable position, you can always prop yourself up underneath that hip on the bent side and make it more comfortable for you. So slowly push yourself up all the way to hands and knees, and switch sides for the other knee forward and stretch the other side out behind you. Lift the front body like a swan showing off, and then gently wrap those wings out in front of you and let your head go down between the wings. The breath is there to help you to relax and let go. Now slowly push yourself back up and back to hands and knees. You're going to prepare for a pigeon. This time you switch legs, you take the other leg forward, and I'm actually going to use a block here. You can use whatever you have to prop yourself up with, and let me show this side so you can see what I'm doing. So here we go. I'm going to put something underneath my hip so that I'm sitting a little bit higher. Then I'll take that leg and place it as close to 90 degrees angle as I can in the knee joint. So the lower leg is parallel to the edge, the short edge of the yoga mat. Okay. The other leg is just like in the swan, is stretched straight behind me. I'll pull my toes up on this bent side to protect the knee, okay? And starting from a seated position, again lifting up through the spine and the crown. And if I feel like I want to go further, I will just move my upper body closer to the lower leg. Find your sweet spot and stop there to breathe and let go. And you might not get that knee 90 degree, don't worry about it. Just go to where you can do it in a way that it is enjoyable, but you're still aware of your edge. Nice. Slowly ease yourself out of this position and we'll move over and repeat on the other side. I usually don't use a block during this, but I actually find this to be very, very helpful. So find the front leg in whatever angle is all right with you. You're going to feel the tension and tightness in that hip on the bent side. And remember to pull your toes up so your knee joint is protected. Lifting up through the body. Inhale, exhale, move to your edge. We're going to be all very different in how far we go in each pose, and it's only where you are at that's important. Stay with those sensations that occur. Breathe into the tightness and resistance, and let go with your out breath. There we are. Slowly ease yourself out of this position. And we'll come down to lay on your back. We'll give ourselves 1 minute of Shavasana, the resting pose, the moment when everything is slowing down and your system can start integrating what just has happened. Tissue being stretched and challenged. New space being created for a fuller life. Feel the heaviness in your body as you relax deeper and let all the muscles come to rest. The resting is just as important as the active part of the session. But for now, this will have to suffice. So prepare yourself to slowly come back up. Turn yourself onto the side and breathe a few breaths while counting your blessings. And slowly push yourself to sitting up in easy pose. Keep your eyes closed if you can, to relish this calm and presence that you have in your body. Rub your hands together. Put your hands to your sternum. And may you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you live with ease with whatever comes your way in life. May you be peaceful. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you.